Okay, in this video, I will be showing you how to create basic 3D features. In the last set of videos, we showed how to create sketches and how to fully define those sketches. And we said sketches are the building blocks of 3D features, which is true. But now we can use sketches to turn them into real three-dimensional shapes. And so in order to do that, we use this features tab. And so we see here, there's a lot of different things. In this particular video, we'll only be focusing on extrude and really basic kind of extruding principles. And so here, I'm going to open up a sketch on this top plane, and I'm just going to sketch really an arbitrary shape. Okay, and notice something here. As I'm coming here, right now, this is what's considered not being a closed loop, but when I close this off, see how it turns gray? That means that we've got a closed loop here, and that's what you want. Most of the time when you're doing an extrude, you want a closed loop. And so I can hit this check mark. We're good here. If I want to turn this into a 3D feature, I can either exit the sketch, or I can just go straight to this features tab and hit extruded boss/base. And you'll notice now it's going to allow me to drag these arrows and create a 3D feature. So you can see we've got one direction, we've got another direction down here. You can actually specify these distances pretty simply. So let's say I only want it to go up 3 inches, oh, not 30, 3 inches, and I don't actually want it to go down at all. So then we've got what's called a blind extrude that goes up 3 inches. Now let's decipher some of these things over here on this control panel. We've got this right here, it's called this, says that it's coming from the sketch plane. Pretty simple, we sketched it on the top plane, that's where it's starting from. Okay. And it's going up 3 inches. This blind means that we don't really know what it's going to be at the end. We just know that it's going to start, from here, from our starting point, and go up whatever our specified distance is, which is 3 inches. Okay, we can change this to do different things. So we can change it to midplane, some other stuff, which we'll explore in other videos. But for now, we'll just stick with blind, and we'll stick with the sketch plane. We'll hit the check mark. Okay. If I need to edit this feature, all I need to do is right click on the feature, hit edit feature. And then now let's say, I only needed it to be that big. Okay. Now I want to show you what'll happen if you don't do a closed loop. So let's go back into the original sketch, and let's actually trim off one of these legs and exit the sketch. Now you'll notice we have an issue. It's saying we couldn't execute this original extrude because our sketch no longer has a closed loop. So okay, we're gonna work around this. Let's put that back in there, hit exit sketch, and what I'm actually going to do is I will delete this feature, and then now I'll edit the sketch. Okay. Trim off that leg, and now I'm going to redo the feature with this sketch. Oops, with the sketch. What I meant to do. Okay. Now you'll notice it looks a little bit different, and that's because SolidWorks has guessed that you want to do what's called a thin feature extrude. So what this thin feature means is it takes that original sketch that we had, and it gives it some thickness. That thickness is controlled down here, and it allows me to say, how thick I want this, and how far up do I want it to go. And so that's what's called a thin feature extrude. And so that's what will happen generally if you don't close off your loops. You can accomplish this any number of ways. And so generally I would avoid the thin feature extrude just because you can sketch this whole shape, but sometimes it might be useful. But again, generally you'll probably want to do a closed loop and close off the whole thing with most of the parts that you make. So those are some basic extruding techniques just to expose you to them. And in later videos, we'll show how to make more complicated parts with different techniques.